Hi everyone, Michele Courage here from michellecourage.com. I haven't been chatting online for so long and I haven't done any videos, and it's a really wet, cold day here in New Zealand today, and I just decided, oh, what the hell, let me come and chat to you about what I've been up to and show you, well, I want to talk about sage today specifically. So we moved from basically Wellington city living into a beautiful riverside house in the Hawke's Bay, which is much more rural. We're about probably a good 40 to 50 minutes from a main center of town, city town, that's sort of you would constitute as having a whole bunch of shops. So we're quite a way out of the city. And when we got here, I realized, because I'm so far away, I wanted to find something that I could grow myself and from a sage point of view. And I started experimenting with sage, and boy, oh boy, it's not easy to grow white sage. Purple sage I could get hold of, and I grew quite successfully. There was already some in the garden, planted in the garden. But the white sage, even if I got hold of some plants, they were really finicky and iffy, and they took forever to grow. So that was a learning curve in itself. And then I decided I wanted to propagate them as well, which was quite a learning curve too. But what I wanted to chat to you today was about, first of all, how I use sage, what I've grown it with, how to cleanse, how I use it, and why you should be trying to either grow it yourself or buy New Zealand grown sage, homegrown, organically grown, handpicked with love sage, because of the vibration. You know me, I'm totally obsessed with vibration, and raising my vibration has been a real key sort of pointer for me, and everything that I do or try or come into contact with or work with needs to be able to feel like I'm raising my vibration instead of doing the opposite. So basically I started finding plants of white sage. Not easy, but in the Hawke's Bay there's a lot of growing and growers and people who grow stuff, and I managed to track down some white sage, and the proper white sage, not the cooking white sage, the white sage that when you have a look at the different sages, when you look at them in the garden, this is not a cooking sage, this is a sage, and when you come up to it and you put it near your nose, you can smell it instantly. It's different. It's very strong, especially in its natural form, and beautiful smell. So I started growing them, and I started making my own bundles. Now I want to show you what I've managed to achieve, and I got inspired by somebody I saw online, and I thought, oh my goodness, that just looks gorgeous. So what I do is I grow it, and then I pick it, and I'll divide a whole day, sort of half a day to it, pick it, and then I make these beautiful sage bundles. Now, I put a bit of rose buds, and I put lavender and some salvia, which is a type of sage. You can see that's a salvia, part of a salvia flower. And I put rosemary twigs in and that type of stuff, and I wrap it up. And I use the white sage for that. Now it burns quite beautifully. I'm going to light it a little one in here, and you'll see it takes a while to get going, and but once it gets going, you'll see it's quite beautiful in its smoke and the way it too close. the way it beautifully starts smoking. And sometimes you just need to keep lighting it for a little while until it gets going and then blow on it. I want to explain to you how I use sage. White sage is a powerful cleanser. I've just got some notes here. And it removes all that does not serve you and your space. So it's mainly used, I use it mainly in my space, and it removes bacteria from the air and purifies it as well. So because I use lavender in my sage things, lavender is a natural calmer and relaxant, attracting vibes that allow your body and mind to relax and ease into life. And the rosemary provides protection, lifts your mood, and is known to relieve stress and instill a sense of peace. It can also remove negative energies from a space, which makes it a wonderful smudging herb. So I put all of these into my sage bundles and I roll them tightly, and then I hang them in my garage probably for a good month. And if it's wettish weather, for longer. I mainly roll most of my my herbs and making up of my sage bundles in the summertime, because it's really warm and it's better to do it that way. So I put seasonal flowers into mine as well. When I'm doing it, I'll just have a look and see which flowers are in bloom, because I sometimes just love a beautiful, lovely, colorful bit in the actual bunch. So you see, like I put the rose buds in here. I've got another one here, which I'll show you. These are how they come packaged. And you'll see in there's a calendula and again, the lavender flower, pink lavender. So what I do is, so these are wild harvested. They're wild in my garden. They don't have any, I don't use any sprays. They get sheep manure for composting in the ground. And as I said before, they're quite hard to grow. They really need to find a really good spot, good soil drainage, not a lot of cold, protected, but then they do like heat. Because most of the sage that I know of comes from America, and most of it, I think, comes from very dry, arid places. And I wanted to try and sort of go around the fact that this sage bundle that I wanted to use traveled so far. Again, adding to the burden on the planet, I just thought, well, if I can just change, because I believe if we change just the little things in our life, if everybody does that and everybody's conscious about that and we all reach that stage, there will be so much more good vibrations on the earth, and the earth will just not be used so irresponsibly, put it that way. So smudging. Smudging is an ancient practice, and it replaces stagnant, unhelpful energy with energy that you require, offering space to find balance, gratitude, and calm. And smudging can be a potent ritual and should be done with care, reverence, and an attitude of love and respect for Mother Nature. So, for me, it's not the smudging per se. It's the act behind the idea of smudging. So when you decide you're going to smudge your house, and you go from room to room, for me, it's the act of asking the guides around you, the universe, God, whatever you call it, to help you clear the energies in your home and in the room or the property or whatever. So that, for me, it's the intention behind, and for me, everything is about the intention behind. So obviously you have to worry about the stick. It is a lit object, be aware of fire hazards. In New Zealand, we live in wooden houses, most of us. But in other parts of the world, you live in a brick house, it's a lot harder to set it on fire, but be aware. So that's one of the reasons why I'm just going to show you. I keep mine in a bowl, just like that. And they, when I set it down, it gets set down on a sort of a pottery bowl or something like that. And you can always have a little bowl of water and you can dip it into that if you want to stop the smell. Be aware of the fact that if you don't open all the windows and doors, your fire alarms will go off. I have managed to set many times the fire alarm off. And but it's also good to have the doors and windows open when you're doing this so that the energy can flow out the house. It's no use trapping it inside the house. I find it's better if you open the windows and doors if you're going to do a cleansing in the house. So a fireproof bowl or a power shell is lovely. In New Zealand, we have these beautiful power shells, which are sort of rustic on the outside, and on the inside it's got this beautiful, like an oyster kind of shell type thing. They're quite big, and you can use one of those. And you can also light a candle when you want to do this, because you can also use it to constantly just light your sage bundle if it's not happy to burn. Like, it's really interesting. Some sage bundles of mine have just gone up in flames and they keep going, and then they emit a huge amount of smoke. And some don't. Now, I'm still trying to figure out whether it's at that time I need it and that's why it's doing it, or it's just the way it's being configured and that's the way it is. I'd like to think it is the fact that I don't need a lot of clearing because I do regular clearing in my house. Okay, and so as soon as the stick is flaming, blow it out so that it's smoldering or smoking, and be careful not to blow ash everywhere, yes. So be quite gentle with it. Sometimes I find when I'm walking through the house, it just basically, the embers just, from the movement of me moving, they keep going and they light and they keep going. And sometimes I feel that I need to keep lighting it. And then, start with an intention. Call upon the spirits of the sacred plants to guide you and ask the energies you want to or usually work with to come in. So, that for me is really key. I often ask the dragon energy because I work with dragon energy. I'll ask any dragons from the dragon realm, particularly the earth dragon, which clears underground, and the fire dragon, which is the one that really rehabilitates and takes all the negative energies and transforms them, or transmutes them. I really invoke any clearing energies. If you really want to be very serious and get some feminine kick-ass energy, as it were, I would ask Kali Ma to come in and help me with that. You can also ask Ganesh. Ganesh energy is beautiful because it's very clearing as well. It removes obstacles. It's a very powerful tool to use as a ritual. Okay, so personal saging. Don't rush. Be in the moment, thinking about your intention, the beauty of the sacred herbs and nature. Fan the smoke towards your heart and then circle the smudge stick around the top of your head. Move the stick down your body, allow the smoke to move around you and towards the sky, and move the smudge stick over your arms and down your body to your toes while still focusing on your intention. Repeat as many times as you feel the need. Now, I usually, when I have a circle, a woman's circle, or people coming around for, like this Friday night, we're going to do winter solstice circle. I love smudging because I kind of feel it's just setting the intention, setting the scene. And before people step into the space, I like to smudge them. Some people don't like it. Some people don't want to participate, and that's okay. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. For me, it's just a little bit of a checking yourself when you come into a circle, that's your intention of what you want to do. You want to clear all the energies that you've brought in from the day, and you'd like to have a clear energy when you step into the circle. So different ways to use a smudge wand. Light the smudge sticks, walk in a large circle, stopping at the east, south, west and north to create a sacred space for magic within the circle and to call in specified energies. You can use it that way. Light the bundle and walk through the rooms of a home or other building by invoking the energies which can cleanse, protect, or imbue the smoke with energy. And I do that in my home. When I start feeling like there's a bit of negative energy hanging around or people around me are starting to get quite heavy, I will take an opportunity. And it's really interesting. I will intuitively walk to the corners and the areas which are darker, because I know that lower vibrational energies will hang around there. Obviously, they don't like the light. That's why, you open the doors and the windows and you let the light in. And the darker the room, the heavier the energy is going to sit in that room. So open the curtains, open the windows, even if it's winter, and just get some new clean air through the house. And while you're cleansing and using your sage bundle, whatever. Light the bundle and waft the smoke over your body or someone else's to invoke the energies that spiritually cleanse or for anchoring this in. And I'll talk to that a little bit more. Wave the smoke over ritual tools or objects that you wish to bless and clear by invoking the energies which can do this. So that is also a lovely way of blessing a new card, oracle deck, or maybe a book. It's a very nice way of sort of just cleansing something. Even crystals when you bring them into your home. So yes, for me it is important that all smudge sticks are organic, spray free, and sourced ethically to ensure the balance of nature is upheld. Please note that I make these individually. So this is on this little pamphlet. Please note that I make these individually and bless them with energy and intention. So with each sage bundle, you will get a little thing that I've basically talked to you about now. And like I said, it gets put into with a sage bundle. And what I wanted to do was just talk to you about the purple sage. So the purple sage is exactly the same concept. You'll see it's a bit darker in its form. So you'll see this one has got a green tinge to it. And this one's kind of got a bit more of a purpley tinge. So it's ever so slight. And you'll see the leaves are a little bit sort of purplier. And it's got a little bit of a rougher smell. And yeah, so the purple sage... So I had heaps of purple sage in my garden, and I sort of thought, well, if we've got white sage and we're using it for clearing and cleansing, why can't we maybe use the purple sage? And when I read up about purple sage, it was fascinating for me. So use the purple sage to attract a true heart-connected love, as well as to calm stressed or angry relationships and situations. Use it to bring calm, contentment, romantic love, or attract positive people and circumstances. And I thought, wow, that's so fabulous to use the purple sage to improve your relationships, bring in love into the situation. So what you're doing is you're invoking a love vibration into the home. And I thought that was so beautiful and so perfect when I researched the purple sage. So yes, so you can grow your own, or you can buy from me within New Zealand. Obviously, I don't think you can take them out of the country. Oops, and I'm just going to find. So these are this is a green sage. You'll see the little note is green, and then I've got a purple sage here, and you'll see that little note is purple. And yeah, you can either purchase them from me or grow your own and make your own one up. And yeah, I would encourage you not to try and buy locally grown, locally made. There's quite a few places in New Zealand. I sell mine for $22 New Zealand dollars per bundle, sage bundle. And yeah, I mean, obviously I don't have thousands of them. I think I've got 24 of each at the moment, and I haven't done any picking for probably about 3 months now, because we've been in winter. But very soon I'll be able to start picking again and do a harvest. But with the white sage, because I don't have a lot, I pick and then I have to wait for the crop to regenerate and come back. And so, yeah, so the white sage sells out quickly, and, you know, I use it myself as well quite a bit. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to speak to you today about. I thought very apt that I'm sitting in the cottage today, and I'm sitting in front of the Lemurian painting that I did, Lemurian Consciousness. And Lemurian Consciousness is all about the connected to the earth, connected as one, unity consciousness. And so, yeah, quite apt that the Lemurian painting is behind me today while I chat to you about the sage that I've been growing. So, yeah, any inquiries, you can go and have a look on michellecourage.com in the shop section, and you can pop on there. And if you want more than one, just send me a DM or something, and I can work out the postage. I haven't quite worked out how the postage works for 2 or 3 on my website. I do my own design on the website and everything, and it's just easier. I also, if you have a look at the events page, you can pop onto the events page and you'll see every now and again I'm out there. I think in July I'm going down to Wellington again, and I run circles there. I'm running one in Hastings on the 28th of June. And so you can buy these products from me in person, and I have other products as well. I have some aura sprays that I do for clearing and cleansing as well. So yes, I will leave you with that today. If you're listening on the podcast, that would be fabulous to leave a review. And if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, that'd be wonderful. And if you're just watching on Instagram, thank you, welcome, and hope to see you again with my next video.